So it's about 6:48 in the morning right now. I just recently wrapped the newest Nintendo Partner Direct, which, yeah, yesterday I came out with a Direct predictions video, but it turned out it wasn't a general Direct, so I guess I am part of the problem of people just pre-recording their Nintendo Direct predictions without solid confirmation of one, but we still got a Partner Direct, we still got new games coming to the Nintendo Switch 2, and in some instances the Nintendo Switch 1. They showed us Switch 1 and Switch 2 games there. But my overall thoughts on the Partner Direct are as follows. It was okay. Like, my gut reaction, and I posted on Twitter, was that it was mid, because I don't know, I felt like the final announcement, which I don't even remember what it was anymore. Oh, for Octopath Traveler 0. Good announcement on its own, I'll give it that. Like, I'm not a huge Octopath fan. I'm not a huge fan of most JRPGs personally, but I can't discredit that it's a good announcement, and it's coming out this year. There was just not a whole lot in that Partner Direct that really, like, made me jump out of my seat, like, whoa, wow, this game is coming to Switch 2. But there were still some good announcements. I'll start with some positives right now, just to not be overtly negative. The first one being a new Katamari game, which, you know, my friend Alan was there. My best friend Alan was there watching it on stream with me. He got really excited. He loves Katamari, and I love the first Katamari game, but I admittedly have not played too many of the rest of them, or the rest of them at all, rather. So I'll definitely have to check this out. I also have to check out the other Katamari games that I've missed beforehand, but there were other announcements like Pac-Man World Repack 2. This is a game series, these 3D Pac-Man platformers. I don't really play them. I played them maybe a little bit when I was a kid at other people's houses, but I never owned them myself, so I already have the first Pac-Man World Repack, so I definitely want to play that, because Pac-Man World Repack 2, it looks really good. It looks like a really solid 3D platformer. I know those games haven't gotten like the best reviews, but I know that they have their fan base, and I feel like they have that fan base for a reason, so that's really exciting stuff. I would consider that maybe my personal highlight of the show, just because it looks so fun and colorful. There was this campfire game that's actually available later today. I don't know if it's available right now as of recording this, but it looked so like absurdly simple, but kind of interesting in its own regard. The fact that somebody made a campfire video game, and it's got game chat support. I don't know if that's game chat specifically, but you can just see other people's faces as you guys share a campfire. That's that's just bold. I love that. That looks really good to me. I don't know if I'll check it out though. I'm just gonna be busy today working on other videos for Commonwealth Realm. Check that out right now. Conrad just messaged me saying he's done recording his thoughts on Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. Everyone predicted that this would be in the Partner Showcase because Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity was in Partner Showcases in 2020, and what do you know? There it is, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. But yeah, it looks like a Hyrule Warriors game. We saw the face of one of these sages, which was really nice, because why are they always masked? Like, I'd love to see like what they look like without the masks, and it would be respectful, you know. Just like having these guys be faceless warriors is just kind of rude, disrespectful of their legend iconic status, you know. But man, oh man, no release date. What is Nintendo allergic to release dates this year? We only have so much left of 2025, and like, you have all these games that don't have dates yet. What's going on with you guys? Before I get off on my pessimistic rant, I do want to talk about one more game that I thought was really interesting, was Chronos: The New Dawn, and I believe that was the release date reveal too. Speaking of, if we're talking about release dates, because I don't know if this game had been dated beforehand, I could be totally wrong, but they showed off this game. It's from Bloober Team, the developers of, you know, Layers of Fear, but most importantly, the Silent Hill 2 remake of last year. So they're already in my good graces because the Silent Hill 2 remake was just amazing. So I definitely have to check this one out. I don't know if I'll check it out on Switch 2. I might check it out on other platforms first, but to my understanding, it's coming out day and date with the other platforms, which is really nice. We need to see more Switch 2 games come out day and date with the other platforms, and it looks like it's going to be happening here. I think it just also goes to show that makes it a easy system to develop for. Like, yeah, obviously you have to get through some technical hurdles and come up with some graphical compromises to get these games running on Switch 2, but it looks good so far. Chronos: The New on. I'm excited to check it out. So yeah, I had some highlights from the showcase. There's no doubt about that. But in the end, I can't help but wonder, why couldn't all of these games have been in a general Nintendo Direct? What was stopping Nintendo from putting these games all together with their first-party upcoming games? You know, like Hyrule Warriors, that was already in there. But of course, like, what was wrong with throwing it in with Metroid Prime 4 Beyond? What was so wrong with including it with Kirby Air Riders? I really just don't understand Nintendo's logic here in showing off these games, just these partner games, and not showing us the first party stuff as well. I really just don't understand this logic. Like Metroid Prime 4 and Kirby Air Riders, and maybe even Splatoon Raiders. I know that game's not dated for 2025. Rumors say it is, but I'm not quite sure. All of these games, you have so many games set for these next few months, and we still don't know when they're coming out. I know people tell me to calm down. We'll get a real general Nintendo Direct soon enough. Will we though? I really just don't know if we know for sure at this point. Like, everyone's saying that September Direct that always happens is going to happen, but we always get a June Nintendo Direct as well, and we didn't get that this year. It's very clear that Nintendo's not operating on their same schedule, mainly due to the fact that the Switch 2 came out in June, and, you know, that kind of threw off their plans for the rest of the year, maybe? I wouldn't say throw off specifically, but it's definitely shifted a few things on how they normally operate. We are in a new generation of Nintendo. Things are not going to stay the same. The more I think about this partner showcase, the more I don't hate it per se, but I just felt like it was not a strong showcase. Partner directs are rarely ever strong showcases. I know I missed a couple of other games too, like Persona 3 Reload, which is exciting. I think that got leaked, but I think we all knew it was coming to Switch 2 eventually. But there were some other games on there that made me question like how much the Switch 2 was going to be like my main platform. I guess it never was going to be my main platform. I would have always preferred to play games on PlayStation 5 anyway, or PC, but I see games like Star Wars Outlaws, like Madden, like FIFA, and I'm just wondering how much these ports of these games will hold up on Switch 2. FIFA looked fine, but Madden and Star Wars Outlaws, I'm gonna be honest, those frame rates, ouch. They didn't look all that impressive. Like, I guess on a surface level, they kind of looked all right. There's a case to be made for, you know, actually optimizing your games. And the trailer footage that we saw from Outlaws and Madden, like I was going to play Madden at all, but still other people would probably going to play Madden on Switch 2, doesn't make a strong case for these developers. And notice how I'm saying developers / publishers. Let's blame the publishers more in this case. Like, the Switch 2 is a powerful system. It is. Like, it's not as powerful as PS5 and Xbox Series X, but on its own, it's a very impressive piece of technology. And I feel like if a studio can't port their game very well to it, that's mostly on the studio. Like, on one hand, if a game can't run on Switch 2 very well, why even put it on Switch 2? But Outlaws, that footage we saw does not spark a whole lot of confidence in me, and that's that the game was shown off at 60 frames per second in that Nintendo Switch 2 Nintendo Direct. And that feels scummy to me, showing that off in that Direct and then showing off like sub 30 FPS gameplay in this Direct. Not a good look, Ubisoft. And same with Gearbox. Like, they showed off Borderlands 4 in that Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, and it was running at 60 frames per second. Very impressive. But now it's 30 FPS on Switch 2 in this Direct, which is just, again, really scummy. Like, I don't know if that's because they didn't anticipate the games to run at 30. It's just not a good look to me. At least Apex Legends is going to be a smooth 60 at the very least, right? I don't play Apex Legends, but I know it's got its fans. Overall, I just wanted to give my quick thoughts on the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. It was an okay show, nothing amazing. There are some games that I am interested in, there's no doubt about that, but I just still can't help but wonder why this couldn't have been a general Nintendo Direct. Like, there's just a few months left of 2025. There's 4 months, August, September, 5 months, whatever. Even though December tends to be a slower month. I mean, we have a December game confirmed for the Switch 2, Octopath Traveler 0. Very nice. Congratulations to the Octopath Traveler fans. I know those games are very beloved of sorts. I feel like Octopath Traveler 2 just came out. I feel like that just came out. What is time? I just hope that we get a general direct sooner rather than later. Once again, I need that Metroid Prime 4 release date, but I'm shocked that Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment didn't get a release date either. I'm anticipating that game to come out in like January or February at this point. I don't see it coming out in 2025 unless it's like December. I'm not quite sure. But thank you all so much for watching my impressions here of this Nintendo Direct Partner Direct. Let me know in the comments how you felt about it. What are your highlights from the show? What are your thoughts on just the quality of the show overall? And before I go, I'd like to thank my beautiful Ferris Wheel members for supporting me and my endeavors. If you want to become a member to get some early access to some of my uploads, then be sure to hit that join button down below. But until next time, everyone, bye-bye.